I find the thought of not having curiosity very dull. Meaning, like, how could you not wonder at the world around you, how something works, what's wrong with this, how can I fix it? Without that inspiration of curiosity, nothing would ever be accomplished, and it'd be a very dull existence. I am a volunteer with Science in the Park with Weber State, and we come to different parks every week and set up a bunch of fun experiments for children and adults to mess around with and explore with.
Science in the Parks got started over 10 years ago. We have a professor at Weber State. His name is Adam Johnston. He is a physics professor. He lived by Mount Ogden Park, and he noticed kids were out there having fun, so he brought out some science materials, and it grew from there. One of the big things that led to Science in the Parks, Ogden School District, they have a lunch program that provides free lunch for anybody 18 and younger. So we automatically have a large collection of kids at all of these parks. It's kind of a natural fit. We like to serve the underrepresented populations, and that's part of what the lunch program does. So it automatically brings those kids over, and some of these kids don't think they can do science. And the goal of Science in the Parks isn't to have people necessarily come to Weber State. It's to get them to understand no matter where you go, what you do, there's always science involved. Our goal is just to say, science is here, science is around you. We want you guys to be involved.
I love Science in the Parks because it focuses on what I think the fuel of science is, which is curiosity. We show bubbles and rockets and things exploding and slime and all of these cool different things and activities that kids then, after playing with this stuff and seeing things explode, they can then start to ask questions and say, okay, well, if the Alka-Seltzer rocket worked with this much water, would it work with a little less, or would it work better with more? And they start to naturally go down the scientific process of thinking, where they're asking questions and seeing how, if you changed variables, things would be different. I love that about doing scientific activities like this, because I think if you start with the phenomena, if you start with the thing that gets people curious, then they'll naturally want to do the rest.
So when we have kids or families, because we still have adults that participate in all these activities, when we have them come, we want them to go home with a sense that science isn't daunting. So we want to instill a sense of curiosity, and this is such a low-key environment that there's no pressure. Like, we want you to think of science as make an observation, ask a question about the natural environment you're living in, and go with it. My favorite part of this program is seeing how different kids react to all of these experiments, because some of the experiments, I think they won't be a success, but the kids come in and they ask questions that I've never thought about, or they see something I've never thought about. So as we're leaving our storage room, sometimes I'll just grab a random project, throw it out, and the kids almost lose their minds over it. I mean, they're having a blast, and I would never think that. So seeing those connections, being able to incorporate that into, I learn on a daily basis whenever we do this. So that's my favorite part, learning from them and them learning from us.
I love when we do these Alka-Seltzer rockets. So we have little film canisters. We fill them about halfway full of water, add a little portion of Alka-Seltzer, put the lid on tight, shake them, put them upside down, and the kids wait as the bubbles form and the pressure builds until they pop. I think it's super cool because it combines a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of a chemical reaction, a little bit of physics, even a little bit of earth science when you think of like volcanoes and how the magma plume, builds up pressure before releasing in the eruption. And so I love how super simple activities like that we do, that one in particular, but a lot of others, can show a lot of cool things in one simple activity.
We also have science kits. So For any of the local schools, the teachers can come and check out science kits. So here I have a full-size replica of a Triceratops skull. We have several of these, and they're durable. So any age, any grade, those teachers can check it out, hand it to the kids with no fear of any damage. We can always replace it. I think it's absolutely imperative for kids to get hands-on science. It's the only way, that's what science started as. I mean, everybody can think of Isaac Newton sitting under the tree and an apple hitting him. I mean, that sparked a revolution of how we understood the world. The only way that you can learn is with hands-on. And then when you're passionate about it, or you understand, like, yes, when I drop a rock, it's gonna fall, then you can go do the math and prove it and all that stuff. But the actual hands-on part is what gets you hooked. Never stop exploring. Never stop asking questions. If you see something you don't understand, there's somebody out there that can help you understand it. And nobody says no to questions. We love, love, love questions. So the more questions you have, the better off in life you're going to be.